Hey guys, it's Sugar Free Chick. How's everybody doing? I'm sorry I haven't been on here for a while, but I have a new recipe I'm working on and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So recently I went on a vacation in West Virginia, and because I've really been watching what I'm eating, I couldn't really bring a lot of the fun snacks home, but something I did bring home with me was sugar-free apple butter. And I realized immediately I was in love. I could only bring home a small jar on the plane, so I figured I'm just gonna make it myself and create my own recipe. So here it is, guys, Sugar Free Chick's Crockpot apple butter. Now the first thing you're gonna need is a crock pot. However, if you don't have one, don't feel like you have to run out and get one. You can make this exact same recipe on a stovetop in a stock pot, but it does take a while to cook. The main ingredient, of course, is going to be apples, and the more varieties, the better. I'm going to be using a combination of what I have in the house. These are just mixed apple slices that I have left over that I bought at Walmart. They're about $5 a tub, and I'm just going to be peeling what's in here and throwing that in. And the more varieties of apples you use, the better your apple butter is going to taste. So I'm also using a bunch of little gala apples that I have to get rid of. The next ingredient I'm using is going to be stevia. I'm starting off with a cup, and I'll taste it and we'll see how it goes. If I need to add any additional sweetener at the end, I'm just going to add a few drops of my Pior, which is organic stevia, just to the finished product. Now, one of the ingredients that made the sugar-free apple butter so special in West Virginia was that they used cinnamon oil, and I just happen to have some in my cabinet. So I'm going to be using cinnamon oil, and then I'm also going to be adding some regular cinnamon in for color. A dash of apple pie spice, about a tablespoon of pure vanilla. Stop! Who are you? I'm Sugar Free Chick from the future. And my apples have been cooking for a while and they're kind of sticking, so I'm here to say, don't be afraid to spray your crock pot with a little bit of coconut oil before you dump your apples in. Bye! The first thing you're going to do is peel and chop the apples. Okay, so I have all the apples chopped up and the skins and cores removed. I have about 6 cups here, and this is how I chopped them up. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a lazy apple peeler, so I'm not really meticulous. There is no peels in here, but I'm not really a saver, because what I usually do is I take all my peels and I save them and I throw them in the yard for the birds. So I try not to waste. But I would say we have about 6 cups in here, and it's cubed up. So now I'm just going to add the spices right to the bowl of apples. So we've got some vanilla, about a tablespoon, and we're just going to stir it up to mix as we go. I have a little under a cup of Truvia here. The rule of thumb is you can always add sweetener and seasoning to something, but you can't take it away. So I'm starting off with a little bit under a cup for about 6 cups of apples. I can always add the liquid organic stevia later, or more of this if I need to. Some fresh cinnamon, some apple pie spice. You can also add nutmeg, ginger, whatever you prefer. And for me, the grand finale is going to be a little bit of this organic cinnamon flavoring. It's alcohol free, it's organic. I'm just going to add some of this cinnamon right to the apples. And you guys, there you have it. Already it smells delicious, and I haven't even cooked anything yet. So I'm going to dump this into the crock pot, and I'm going to put it on low. I'm going to check on it after 8 hours and see how it looks, and I'll check back with you guys and let you know. Now it's time to go feed the birds. Okay, gang, it's been 8 hours, so I'm checking on the apples now. There's a little bit of liquid in the bottom, and they're still in their chunky form, which is fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lid off of the crock pot, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it on low and continue cooking for another hour or so. But I'm going to do it with the lid open so more of the liquid evaporates. Okay, guys, checking in. So I cooked the apples in the crock pot for 9 hours on low. Then I turned it off and I let it sit for an hour so it could get to room temperature. Now it's still in the form of chunks of apples. So to turn it into apple butter, you have a couple choices. Okay, you can stick it in a NutriBullet. You could stick it in a blender. You can use hand mixers. You can even mash it. You know, there's a fine line between applesauce, apple butter. Everybody likes their own consistency, so there's no real right or wrong way here. I'm actually going to use an immersion blender. So I'm just literally going to, this is cooled off. It's been cooled off for an hour. I'm just going to stick my immersion blender right into my crock pot and mix it up, and I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like when it's done. Okay, you guys, there you have it. So it made a small ball jar full, and it's a great idea to give as gifts. If you don't use anything to preserve it, it's going to last 1 to 2 weeks in the refrigerator as long as you put it into a sealed ball jar. Let me know if you try it. Enjoy!